Hello everyone, Katie here from Simply Earth, and I am excited to be with you here today. This is the DIY Reed Diffuser workshop, and so we'll be talking all about Reed diffusers, how to make them with essential oils and natural ingredients, and I'm excited to be here. I've got some handy links in the description of this video that you can check out. And if you are with me here now, I would love for you to comment where you're watching from so I can say hi, your name, and what the weather's like. It is a winter wonderland out here in Wisconsin. I had no idea this was coming, so it's like a delight that for me that it's so snowy. And also a surprise, my kids are at school with no mittens or snow pants or anything because it wasn't snowing this morning and I didn't think it was gonna snow. Where we are at in Wisconsin, we usually get snow in the evening and then it ends during the night, so we rarely have snow days because the snow plows are able to get out and clean everything up before school starts. So this is earlier than normal for our snowfalls here in Wisconsin. Hey, Mary in Arkansas, Kaya in Ohio. It's chilly in Arkansas. Kay says hi in Ohio. Doris, Florida, 76 and beautiful. Annie in Michigan. I am a Michigan native. Do you still call yourself a native if you live in a different state? How does that work? I grew up in Michigan and now am in Wisconsin. And I feel like my camera is not lined up with where I think I am, so I keep going off to the side. And I feel like I'm looking at the middle of my screen. So I don't know why that is. But if I'm off to the side, I'll come back. I just have to realize I'm off to the side. Milana in Arkansas, 2 Arkansas. In Roxanne, that is fun. In Alabama, 55. I bet that's cold for you. I don't really know, I guess. We used to go to Gulf Shores for spring break when I was a kid sometimes, and it was always very warm there. But that's probably more south. Hello, Julia in Eastern Tennessee. Well done. It was my husband and I's 10-year anniversary this past summer, and we really want to go to Nashville and go to a fun concert. And I love to dance, so I'll go to not square dancing. Is this line dancing? Love to go to a line dancing place. Cool. All right. Well, I am so happy you're here. We can go ahead and get started. You're wondering where I was in Michigan. Grand Rapids area is where I grew up. See, I keep moving myself to the side all right, but I'll come back. I promise if I start to hide. Okay, so, and I'm getting some votes to go to Nashville. Yes, once we have a concert that we really want to go to, we're going to make it happen. I love all this encouragement for Nashville. Okay. So we're going to be talking about DIY Reed diffusers and then I'm going to make some recipes. And when I start making recipes, I'll go full screen and I'll move my computer back. I just bought a stand for my laptop. So each month we have these workshops, and next month my setup will be better because I will have a stand and I'm not setting it precariously on items that I happen to have in my office. Okay, so let's see. Let me click the correct thing. Here we go. So I'm here to tell you that you can confidently use natural ingredients and essential oils to make your own Reed diffusers. That's what we're going to discuss in this video. And here are some earthies who have created some wonderful things. Look at all these cool gifts. Wow. Um, and each month we do a drawing where if you tag us, so our tag is from Simply Earth, and use hashtag I made this, and you can post in our Facebook group or on your own social media pages anything you make with Simply Earth ingredients or a Simply Earth recipe you follow, and you can be entered to win a $5 gift card from Simply Earth. And also, we feature you in your amazing creativity and wonderful things you're making. I can't figure out where to point. um, like Miranda, Doreen, Tammy, and Joanne, who are featured here. Look at how cool the stuff they made is. Wow. Okay. We do have a great group. Okay, so you can live a more natural lifestyle and experience the joy of creating. You don't have to let your essential oils gather dust on the shelf. We get a lot of people who come to Simply Earth from other brands who got interested in using essential oils and loved the idea of them, but then just didn't know how to use them, and then they gather dust on the shelf. We love teaching you how to use your essential oils to make things and use them regularly so that they don't gather dust on the shelf and that you use them to support your health and well-being. And it's just really fun. So you can also save money by making your own products. And by shopping Simply Earth, we believe in having things fit in your budget. We don't want you to break the bank in order to make wonderful natural products for yourself and your family and your home. And we also think it should be fun and easy. So that's why we do a workshop like this, where I'm going to talk about Reed Diffusers, and you can ask your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Hi, Christy. And I'll kind of go back and forth between chatting and looking back at your comments. All right, so if we have not met, it is a joy to be here with you. My name is Katie. I'm a co-founder of Simply Earth, and I'm a certified aromatherapist. And I love teaching people how to make natural products using natural ingredients and essential oils. My glasses keep sliding off, so I'm adjusting them a lot. We were founded about 10 years ago, and it was because of my stinky feet. So if you've not heard that story, I will quickly go through that. I had very stinky feet, and we needed a solution. So we created a spray, my husband and I, and that started a business. We were originally called Amari Terra, and we had a stink-free stinky foot spray was our first product, and essential oils were a main ingredient in that, and that's our start. And now we are what you see today, where we teach people how to use ingredients like essential oils to make your own products like a foot spray, which was very helpful in my life. And essential oils are just really cool, so we think people should be able to use them. Okay, so here's what we'll cover in this workshop. What are diffusers and re-diffusers, benefits of them, mistakes people make, best ingredients, best essential oils, and how you can get what you need in one box. And we'll make some recipes, plus go over some next steps if you're wanting to continue on with your DIY natural journey. So first off, what are diffusers? Diffusers are objects, items that carry essential oils into the air. And this can be done through evaporation, which is what reed diffusers are. They use osmosis. So water traveling up the reeds, or the base liquid, not necessarily water, flowing up the reeds and then evaporating into the air. Another really common type of diffuser is ultrasonic. And you plug those in, and then there's water in the diffuser. And then ultrasonic means it's actually making a vibrating sound that causes the water to go into the air. So if you put your hand over an ultrasonic diffuser, which is, if you have a diffuser from us that you plug in, it's an ultrasonic one, the steam won't be hot. But there are steam diffusers. And if someone has a cold, or actually my husband always does this, if he has a cold and he's working in the kitchen, he always puts a pot on the stove, fills it with water, puts it to a simmer, add some essential oils, and let those essential oils evaporate, or the steam carries that up into the air, and then it's like a little cold treatment for him. He really likes to do that. And there are a few other kinds of diffusers as well, but we're going to focus on reed diffusers today. So some benefits of reed diffusers are they smell good. A big benefit of diffusing oils is emotional benefits. So you can choose an oil to help support a feeling of a certain emotion. There's also some health benefits. Like I mentioned, my husband likes to use essential oils when he has a cold, helps relieve his congestion. You can also use them to help clean the air. Some essential oils are natural cleaners and deodorizers. For example, pine is one of my favorite deodorizing oils. It works so well. I love using it in my natural deodorants, actually. I sweat a lot, and it's a good one for my natural deodorants. Helps contain all the sweat. And another benefit of reed diffusers is you don't need electricity, you don't have to plug it in, and you don't need batteries or anything like that. You're just using the power of nature to help essential oils evaporate into the air. All right, before I get into the mistakes people make with reed diffusers that I see, let me quick pop in the comments, see if we have any questions. Hi, Christy. Hi, Tina and Mary in Montana. So glad you guys could join. Sunny and 45 degrees. Quite a lot warmer than it is here. All right, so here are some of the mistakes I see and I've made with making reed diffusers. So the first one is using too many reeds. The more reeds you put in your container, the faster the essential oil, the more of the base liquid that's going to get sucked up. It is going to make the smell more strong, but you're going to have to refill your reed diffuser more quickly if you put in there. A good rule of thumb is in a container this size, like 5 pieces would be good, or like 3 to 5. And then in a smaller one, like an essential oil bottle that you turn into a reed diffuser, which we'll talk about in a little bit, would be like 3 pieces, 3 reeds to help not suck up all your reed diffuser goodness right away. Another mistake is not flipping the reeds. I didn't realize this at first. I started making a reed diffuser, and then I was like, why can't I smell anything? And I couldn't smell anything because I didn't flip the reeds over. That is key information to have. What you want to do is have that mixture, give the reeds some time to absorb the reed mixture, and then flip them over. And whenever you want your room to have a fresh scent, you can flip those over. So maybe in the morning as you're getting ready, you flip them over, and then you leave for work, and then you come back, and then you flip the reeds when you come home to refresh that scent again. And that's going to boost the smell in your room. And then using the wrong base liquid. I've done a lot of experimenting with base liquids because at Simply Earth we try to use natural ingredients whenever possible. And a lot of people will use let me backtrack. The liquid that goes in here needs to be thin enough to travel up the reeds. And it also needs to work well with essential oils. So for example, if you were to put water in here, the essential oils will just float on top of that water and they won't really get taken up the reeds well. Water will also eventually get moldy. So you need to use an ingredient that's thin enough to travel up the reeds, but also will absorb the essential oils. If you were to use something like fractionated coconut oil, that's going to be too thick for the reeds, and it's going to make them all soft and gunky, and you'll have to replace them right away. I'll also often see people use witch hazel, which does work, but it has kind of a musty smell to it, which you might not want in your reed diffuser. And the reason people use witch hazel is because most witch hazels contain alcohol, and alcohol can solubilize essential oils. Witch hazels are often made with 15 to 25% alcohol, which isn't actually enough alcohol to solubilize all the essential oils. So you'll still get some of that floating on top. And also, the witch hazel will have a preservative in it that's not meant for this. So it would probably last quite a while. But eventually it would go bad, and that could be mold. That could be, I don't know, just smelling a bit off. So what I've learned to do and really like to use now is perfumer's alcohol. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So skipping a preservative, this ties in with what I was saying in your base liquid. It needs to be thin enough. So if you're a longtime subscriber, you might remember this variation of me trying to do that. And we have an ingredient called natural solubilizer, which allows you to mix essential oils with water. So we did that. But if we don't add a preservative to that, it will get moldy after a week or so. So you do need to add a preservative if you do a route like that. Perfumer's alcohol is nice because it's a preservative by itself. I've also used rubbing alcohol before, and that worked pretty good because it solubilizes the essential oils, but I did get feedback of it has that rubbing alcohol smell. And perfumer's alcohol, it has a tiny bit of an alcohol smell, but not near as strong as rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is the same as isopropyl alcohol. So you might see both of those words used. All right, so another mistake is using the wrong container. You need to use a container that has a narrow neck. Otherwise, your base liquid, like perfumer's alcohol, because this can evaporate quite quickly, is going to evaporate really quickly. So you want the neck of your bottle to be narrow to slow down that process. It also holds the reeds a lot better. If you have a wide mouth jar, let me see if I have one right next to me. I've got a whole bunch of stuff over here. I actually don't see one, but you can imagine it with me. If you have a wide mouth jar, the reeds are just going to kind of fall all over the place. Like so. And the narrow neck jar, it just makes them look a little bit nicer too. All right, so you can let's talk about best ingredients for reed diffusers. Essential oils. You really can use any essential oil you want in a reed diffuser. Use whatever oils you like the smell of, which can be overwhelming because there's so many to pick from. So if you're wanting to make a reed diffuser from scratch and don't know where to start, a great place to start is with your favorite essential oil blend. Yeah, you guys can, if you guys want to share in your comments what essential oils you like to use in your diffuser or want to try in your diffusers, that'd be awesome. Let me quick check your comments. All right, Christy mentions, yes, you have to remember to flip the reeds. A believer is asking, would rubbing alcohol or vodka work? Yes. Vodka, you kind of run into the same problem as I mentioned with witch hazel. That will have a certain percentage of alcohol. You need which means it will solubilize some of the essential oils, but not all of them. And solubilize basically means you can think about it like it's diluting it. It would get spread out evenly within it. Yes, those would work. All right, so we talked about base liquids a bit. I've been really liking to use this because it solubilizes the essential oils. So basically, if I add this to an essential oil, this and the essential oil are going to become one substance together. You won't be able to separate them again. Plus, it's thin enough to efficiently travel up the reeds, and it doesn't have too strong of an alcohol smell, which will be stronger with the rubbing alcohol. And I actually haven't tried vodka. I just know a lot of people do it. So I don't know how strong that alcohol smell would be. All right. So next up, you'll need reeds. We have some decorative floral ones. This is called a floral bouquet on reed bouquet on our website. So if you want to get some of these really pretty ones, they're available there. You can see in the picture there's a green stem with it. And one thing that's important to note about the green stem, is that with faux plants they're dyed green, and it will eventually turn your reed green. So we have that noted on our recipe card, but if you want to use this floral bouquet but not have things turn green, just don't use that. Like I have here, right? Eventually, reeds do go bad because of dust in the air, and if you're using a different base liquid besides perfumer's alcohol or something like that, it can get gunked up, or other things can happen to it. So they do need to get replaced eventually, but they do last quite a while. We also have this, which if you're a Recipe Box subscriber, this came in your box this month. This is our Earth and Wood Reed Diffuser, which is handy because it's got this cute cap that fits on both a 5 milliliter bottle, which is like which comes in your big bonus box, and a 15 milliliter bottle. This is the same cap on them. So you can take an essential oil, like I have this lavender here that's almost gone. There's very little left. And if I wanted to get every last drop out, I could remove this orifice reducer, put this cap on, and then diffuse it out. It will work better if you add a base like perfumer's alcohol. But there are people who will just stick reeds right in that itty bitty bit of essential oil left to get that to evaporate. But essential oils are really too thick to travel up the reeds well. So it'll work better if you include a base liquid like perfumer's alcohol. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you've got any comments. Tina mentioned she loves whole wood and lavender. Ooh, or whole wood and lemon. I love combining whole wood with things, and whole wood is in this month's box too. It's one of my favorite oils to blend things with. If you look at our blends from Simply Earth that I created from like the past however long we've had whole wood, it's like whole wood in all of them. All right, and for a container, you'll want something with a narrow neck, like we mentioned. So this Reed Diffuser vessel, these are new on our website. They are part of we have a Reed Diffuser kit, and there's a picture right above my head. It comes with 3 different colors, this kind of terracotta color, black and white, or these essential oil bottles work great too for a smaller one. You can't, A Believer's asking, can't buy the Reed bouquet. It is available on our website, and you can actually, like these are available on our website too. If you search Reed bouquet, it should pop up. Let me see if I can quick grab you a link. So I'm going to simplyearth.com, and in the search bar, I'm just going to search Reed bouquet. Here it is. And then I will link it to you. If you're a Recipe Box subscriber, you get 10% off add-ons to your recipe box plus free shipping when you add it to your box. Oh, and Doris mentions Vanilla Woods and Lavender. Ooh, I like that idea. Vanilla Woods is also in your box this month. And a funnel is helpful too. We do have a little clear plastic one on our website. If you don't have one at home, that can be a handy tool for making that. So let's highlight 4 essential oils you can use in a reed diffuser. You can, again, use any essential oil you want. There's no limits. The limit does not exist on essential oils that you can use in a reed diffuser. Pine is kid safe. It's a really safe essential oil. It's a great one for December, especially if you have a fake Christmas tree, because now your space can smell like Christmas. We do have, and let me go back a minute. We do have pet recommendations, and we get a lot of questions on that. But whether or not an essential oil is okay around your pet is very much going to depend on your pet. I hear people so for example, tea tree essential oil is one that can cause dogs to shake, and cats are more sensitive than dogs. But people who use a lot of essential oils, I'm not recommending this, but they'll tell me that they'll use tea tree on their pet. I'm not recommending that, but it doesn't bother them at all. Other pets are more sensitive. So it's a good thing to talk to your vet about and get their feedback. So these are general guidelines. This oil, your pet might be fine with it. Your pet might be more sensitive to it. So cats are carnivores. They're more sensitive because they don't have, they lack an enzyme that allows them to process plant material. Dogs are omnivores, so they do have that enzyme, so more oils are safer on them. So you'll see a lot of oils listed not cat safe, and dog and kid safe often lines up, except in the case of pine, like we have here. But again, it's going to really be dependent on your pet. All right, so Howood is, and we have some really good blog posts on essential oils and pets that if you have more questions about that, I really recommend you check out. So if you go to blog.simplyearth.com and then search dog or cat, it should pop up. Okay, so Howood is one of my favorite ones to blend with other essential oils. Frankincense, another great Christmas one. And this one is really popular in skincare, but one thing I really like about frankincense is if I just smell frankincense, I don't love it personally. It's a lot of people's favorite oil though, so then that's probably, you might love it. Everybody's sense of smell is different. I don't love it by itself, but I do love combining it with other essential oils. For example, if you add frankincense with lemon, something about frankincense brings out all these sweet notes in lemon, and it smells like a lemon meringue pie to me. Vanilla Woods is a very thick oil, so you'll notice that right away. And it's meant to smell vanilla-y. I like it if you open the bottle and smell it right away. It might feel a little strong. I like it more in a diffuser. You will want to mix this with other essential oils before you put it in a diffuser because it's so thick. It'll sink to the bottom, and you'd want to clean your diffuser out after using it. Or you can use it in something like a reed diffuser where you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, so we're about to get into actually making recipes, and I've been alluding to our recipe box. I know a lot of people who join me in this workshop are recipe box subscribers, but if you're not a recipe box subscriber, this is our subscription box that's a really great tool in learning how to make your own natural products using essential oils and other natural ingredients. So if you're wanting to make a reed diffuser and love making natural products, our recipe box is something you should check out. And I've got a link in the description box below for you to get a look at what I'm going to be using to make the recipes. All right, so let me quick read through your comments, see if I can answer them, and then we will make some recipes. All right, okay. You're right. Okay, so I shared that reed bouquet link, but there's not a link to add it to cart. So I'm not sure why that is. It looks like something's funny on the page. I will have to let our team know and they can help out with that. And Sandra mentions adding perfumer's alcohol to a recipe box. We had it in a box just recently. What month was that? September. So we didn't put it in this month's box, but yeah, right. We mentioned it on a recipe card as a helpful thing to add. And sometimes on these recipe cards, I'll note things. I'll put ingredients as optional that will help kind of elevate a recipe, but you can do it without, and that is because this recipe box is such a good deal. We are limited on how many items we can put in there. Perfumer's alcohol will be in a recipe box again, but it was just in there recently, and we try to spread things out a little bit. Here we go. All right, so I am going to go full screen here, and then I'm going to set my computer back a little bit. And then, so you can see my table space, which is a little messy. And we'll make some recipes together. So if you have, and I have to crouch. If you have the recipe box, I would love for you to make these right alongside me. So this month's recipe box has the oils we went through: vanilla woods, pine, whole wood, and frankincense, plus 6 recipes, and we'll be making most of them right now because the recipes in this month happen to be very fast to make. You also get this earth and wood diffuser set that I took the cap out from. This adorable felt mitten diffuser, and also an aromatherapy inhaler. And we'll talk about how to use that, because that's often a new ingredient to people. So actually, let's start with that. This aromatherapy inhaler. Here we go. So this aromatherapy inhaler has got the circle base that once it's in is difficult to remove, but you can by using a fingernail or a spoon or something like that. It's this flat base on top, and it is kind of tricky to remove once it's in. Let me see if I have. We also have aluminum inhalers that are easier to remove too. Here we go. I think this will work. But in your recipe box, it should be slightly unplugged when you get it, so that you don't have to get it out like I'm getting it off. There we go. So this is a spatula from our lip balm kit. I just used that, but you could use like an edge of a spoon or something like that if you wanted to unplug this. And this is one that we used in videos, so you can actually see the essential oils on there already. But what you'll do is you'll add pine and whole wood essential oils to this. You'll put it in You can put that plug on the back, and you can refresh this cotton wick that has the essential oils on it as needed. So over time, the essential oils will evaporate and won't smell as strong. You can take this cotton wick out and reapply those essential oils. We also have replacement wicks on our website. Plug it back in, and then to use an aromatherapy inhaler, you place it near your nose, not in your nose, which is something I hear. Don't put it in your nose because essential oils are really strong and that can be irritating to your nose. So just place it near. Take a deep breath. It's a way to have essential oil aromatherapy on the go, and this combination of essential oils is really calming, helps support easy breathing, and it makes you feel good. Our sense of smell is directly connected to how our brain reacts to things, our fight or flight response. So for example, another sense of touch. If I touch this hair tie, a bunch of nerves are going to travel up to my brain and tell me I'm touching a hair tie. Our sense of smell is instantaneously. It's directly connected. And it helps our brains make decisions. And the smells are directly tied to how we feel and our emotions. So if you're feeling holiday stress, you can take a deep breath of this. And this wonderful smell is going to help you feel more calm. It's going to help your brain. It's going to help tell your brain that you're in a good place. You can relax. So it's on-the-go aromatherapy support. And you can remove this to refresh it. It is a little bit tricky to do that, like I showed you. There's also holes in the top. So sometimes people will take their essential oils and just drop it right down in the hole. And that works too. All right, next up, we won't make the roll-on, but that's another great recipe. There's a diffuser blend called Winter Woods, where you can add these oils to a 5 milliliter bottle from your big bonus box. I'm gonna snag this one to smell it. So you'll add 11 drops of vanilla woods, and this might drop out of your bottle quite slowly because it's such a thick oil. 1, 2. All right, so 11 vanilla woods, 33 drops pine, if you're wanting to make your own blend, using a 5 milliliter bottle, this bottle holds about 100 drops. So you can kind of use that to guide your ratios of essential oils and drops. $17, $18, $19, $20, $21. I recently taught a candle making class where we dropped essential oils to make candles. And then they painted a candle making board. It was like with a local business here in Wisconsin, which was really fun. But one thing that surprised me was people didn't want to count out drops. And I was like, oh, this is kind of an essential oil thing. Like I was talking to my sister-in-law who likes to use oils, and she says counting them is just so satisfying and therapeutic. But if it's not something you normally do, you're probably like, do I really have to count? All right, so you'll want to take your bottle, shake it to combine those essential oils, and then you can drop it into your diffuser for an amazing Winter Woods inspired diffuser blend. All right, next up, let's make our cozy mason jar air freshener. For this recipe, you're gonna want a jar. And you can, some of you might have a jar like this that has a lid with holes in it. These are actually meant to be used as little air fresheners. Otherwise, if you followed along with our recipe videos, and you can find them on YouTube, you can take the ring around the jar and then cut out some wrapping paper in a circle to fit on top. So you would take the lid off, trace that circle on your paper, put that on top, and then poke some holes in it. And then you have like a fun Christmassy holiday one. You can even like use a Christmas card or something to cut. You could even use like a photo. That'd be kind of fun. And then you'll want to fill your jar with essential oils. You can also do this in a separate bowl. And then add your essential oil combination. And with a recipe like this, it doesn't really matter how many drops you use. So we've got a total of 40 drops of essential oils for this cozy mason jar recipe. But that's just based on how strong I liked the smell. But you can do more or less depending on what space you're in or how strong you want it to smell. So to make this recipe, you'll take a 1/4 cup of baking soda, or however big your jar is. How much baking soda isn't that important either. You'll add 15 drops of pine, 10 drops of hoe wood, 10 drops of frankincense, and 5 drops of vanilla woods. And again, this is a thick oil, so it might take a little bit. If you live somewhere cold, your essential oils might freeze on the way there. And you might have to, or be cold in the mail, and if you get it right away, you might have to warm it up for a while before it's able to get poured out. And then you'll want to stir your baking soda, stir your essential oils into the baking soda. That's just going to distribute them and help this to not help the essential oils evaporate more slowly. If you just leave them on the top there, they'll evaporate more quickly. But I have little bowls of baking soda like in my bathrooms at home, little jars. And then we just add a couple drops of essential oils on top when the bathroom needs a refresh. And baking soda is naturally deodorizing, so it's fun to combine it with essential oils to create a little air freshener. All right, let's see. What else are we going to make? We're going to make our Smitten Mitten Felt Diffuser. And then we'll make our Reed Diffuser recipe from this box. Okay, so our Smitten Mitten Felt Diffuser. That's fun to say. And actually, who's the Michigan girl again? That's because of Smitten with a Mitten, Michigan. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. And this makes a really cute ornament. You could also hang it from the mirror in your car, or a keychain, or like if you have a cabinet by your desk, you can hang this on the little doorknob. You can put this anywhere. And on the back of it, we're going to add 5 drops of pine to make this be an adorable little air freshener. Like so. And then at the beginning of this video, we talked about porous materials for diffusers. This is an example of porous materials. This is wool or felt. And the essential oil is going to absorb into this material and then slowly evaporate to create a pine aroma. And again, you can use whatever essential oils you want. Um, Vanilla Woods is a brown oil, and so you'll have brown little dots on the back if you use that. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So I've got pine on here, and you can hang this from a Christmas tree, and your house will smell like Christmas. All right, and last but not least, let me quick catch up on comments, and then we're going to make our last recipe together. All right, so Jackie says she puts a reed diffuser in her bathroom and a steam diffuser in the bedroom. Nice. Mary mentioned she used green saran wrap to make the baking soda diffuser. Another great option. So I happen to have this jar with this kind of lid, but in our recipe video, we put a paper across it, or like Mary, you could put some saran wrap and then poke some holes in it. Put that ring around the outside that comes with jars, and voila. Cool. All right, so let's make our last recipe together. We are going to make the night before Christmas reed diffuser. And to make that, you will need a bottle like this 5 milliliter bottle. And you can see this actually was previously used for that recipe, but I stole it for the Winter Woods one. Or you can use a 15 milliliter bottle, which is the same thing as like an essential oil bottle. And we'll add our essential oils right to that. Oh, I forgot. Here, I'm just going to lower it like this. Let me see. And then pop, pop my face in. And then I don't have to move my computer all around again. Because I recently killed a computer and it was really sad by having something fall on it. Which I guess isn't the same thing as moving it all around on different surfaces, but that was a bummer. It was actually right before a workshop, so I had to quick figure out using a different computer. Okay, so we're going to add 60 drops of pine essential oil. I lost track. It's okay if you estimate. And also, you can play around with using more or less essential oils. This is going to smell quite strong with all the oils we have in here. And then 30 drops of hoe wood. And 30 drops of vanilla woods. $13, $14, $15, $16, $20, $21, $23, $24, $25, $27, $28, $29, $30. Now if you're making this in a 5 milliliter bottle, this is going to be close to filling it. If you're using a bigger bottle like this, I'm going to swirl the essential oils together to mix them together. And you should do that in a little bottle too. I'm going to swirl these essential oils together. Vanilla Woods is a resinous essential oil, so you might notice some little bits of natural resin in it. But that's fine, especially if you're using perfumer's alcohol, which is going to solubilize it. And at this step, it's nice to have a funnel. I didn't grab one, so I will just pour this in. You can just stick the reeds in the essential oil mixture, and it'll work, but not as well as if you use perfumer's alcohol. Or we talked about earlier, if you have vodka at home, that would work. Or even rubbing alcohol will work. Or even witch hazel will work. It will have, rubbing alcohol will have that stronger rubbing alcohol smell, and witch hazel will have that kind of natural musty-ish smell that witch hazel has. But they will work for making reed diffusers. I just think this works better. All right, so now we'll put this lid on, and your kit comes with 6 reeds, 6 reeds, and I would actually just use 3 and then save the other 3 to replace these eventually. But you could put all 6 in there. That's going to have a stronger smell, and that's going to cause this to evaporate quite quickly. So I recommend just using 3. And then we'll let that sit for a while. And then we'll flip the reeds over. And then it's going to make our space smell super good. So let me see if we have any questions. Cool. So there we just made 5 recipes from the December recipe box, which is themed around diffusers, and you get to make a reed diffuser. We also have a new reed diffuser kit that I linked below this video, where you get a recipe to make your own reed diffusers. You get 3 of these vessels, so these 2 plus a black one. They look really pretty together, plus a reed bouquet, and also some extra reeds to put in, like so. And the recipe in this kit is called Fairy Tale Reed Diffuser. So you can preview that on our website too. All right, so for anyone interested in our recipe box who is not a subscriber, let me share some of the perks of being a subscriber. You get free shipping plus 10% off add-ons. You get a free hero course where I teach you, and also Tessa, she is new to Simply Earth. You'll start seeing her face in the hero course as time goes on. We are very happy to have her as part of our community. You also get an essential oil and DIY community. We have a really great Facebook group, and I recognize quite a few names here of people in our group who are just fantastic, encouragers who give great advice and share awesome ideas on for making natural DIY things. And it's just a great group where people are just cheering each other on. You get a free big bonus box, free shipping, which we mentioned. You also get exclusive discounts. There is a subscriber only sale every month. You get an email for it. You also get recipe box rewards. So after so many boxes, you'll have the option to add something free to your box. You have only a couple months, I think, to claim those things, or you have a few months to claim those items. So you'll want to keep an eye on your email for those. And you get VIP access to new products. A lot of times we launch new products too simply or through our recipe box. We also, for example, our Reed Diffuser kit that I mentioned where you make these, which is different than our recipe box. We gave some away to people in our Facebook group and subscribers who tested it out in exchange for a review. So we give subscribers first dibs on being able to test out products like this too, which is a fun perk. Here's a look at the other kit I mentioned, which is linked below. So we have our recipe box, which are the recipes I made today, and that's a subscription box. We also have this Reed Diffuser kit. This is not a subscription box, where you can get all the items you see there. So it comes with Unicorn Essential Oil Blend, Timber Essential Oil Blend, a bottle of Perfumer's alcohol, diffuser reeds, so a set of 20 reeds that are just straight like this, and then 2 of our reed bouquets, which include cute little flowers and cute little twirlies, and also 3 reed diffuser bottles, so this terracotta, white, and then there's also a black one in the kit that I don't have in front of me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this workshop. You guys asked some great questions, gave some good feedback, shared some great ideas. Sandra, I think you're talking. I see Sandra's comment. I just got my first kit and it only had 3. I think I'm using an old one. So she mentioned 3 reeds, and I had 6 in mine. Our past version of this had 2 caps and 6 reeds, and I think I had that and didn't realize it. So the new version have 1 cap and 3 reeds. So my mistake there. I should have taken 3 out to match what is current, but a couple years ago we had a version with 3 or with 6. Thank you for coming. A believer says thank you. Thanks for coming, guys. You guys are awesome. I will be live again next month. It's usually the 3rd Thursday of the month, 2 o'clock Central, here on YouTube. We share links on our Facebook page, and this is available for replay. So if you know someone who might be interested in learning about reed diffusers or natural DIYs, please share. And links below this video, I've got a playlist all about reed diffusers, so you can learn more about reed diffusers and see other reed diffuser recipes. Links in the description of this video, and we would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're someone who likes to visit YouTube. If you hit subscribe, you'll get a notification every time we share a video, a new recipe video. For example, Musette and Isaiah just shared this super fun candy cane soap recipe that I think you'll love for melt and pour soap, so perfect for Christmas and really fun. They're both really funny together. I couldn't stop. I kept smiling and laughing while I watched it. So that's another great video to check out. So I will see you again next month, 3rd Thursday, I believe it is, at 2 o'clock Central. Bye, guys.